So it's the first podcast, and we're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
So nobody knows us yet. We got Marianne Hyde over here. I'm
Hi.
Mars. This is Jimmy Skins. Jim, say hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
And we got Sex Kitten on the end.
Thank you.
That's Jill.
Great story for you. When I was on tour with The Wrecking Dead, this was like 2006. We were out in California, and what I did was I brought 2 weeks of underwears and two weeks of socks.
Right.
But what I was doing is I was saving the underwears and dirty socks in a bag. And I wasn't throwing them away. Stupid. I don't know why I wasn't throwing them away. So it was around the last day we were in, I think, LA. And me and the guitarist were sharing a hotel room. And he's like, "What's that smell? It smells like shit." I'm like, "Hey, I smell that too." I look by my bed. Here it's my bag of dirty old underwears and socks.
God.
I'm like, "Holy shit." I'm like, I totally forgot, to throw them away. And that's the whole reason why I brought all that, disposable, underwear, just throw them
Yeah,
away.
just to chuck 'em.
But I was keeping them for some reason, but I don't know.
Because you probably thought they were going to be worth something when you got back.
Right? I was gonna sell them on eBay at the time.
How about Stinky in York, Pennsylvania?
What, do you know about that?
Is it
the guy who didn't shower?
Is that the one? Oh yeah, use my towel. And like a
Oh.
towel.
Oh my God, the towel smelled so bad. We tried to get him the shower the whole time we stayed there. So he comes up to us and he's like, "Listen, instead of getting a hotel, why don't you just stay by us? It's no big deal." It's like, okay, no problem. We get to the house. It was like the fucking Roach Motel. I mean, it was just totally disgusting.
I thought this was in D.C.
It was in D.C.
I thought you lived in York.
you said-
Was the show in York?
No. The show was in York, Pennsylvania, but actually the show was in Pittsburgh. That show was in Pittsburgh. We went from York to Pittsburgh, and then we did the show with that dude in Pittsburgh, and stayed over, and then went down to DC. The next day. I remember.
It's gonna sound like Bill's giving me a blowjob.
So this guy, we did the show, went all night. We get back to the place. The guy doesn't shower, so we get back to his house, and we're trying to tell him nicely, "Dude, hey, listen, don't worry. We don't have to take a shower yet. You go take one." He's like, "No, you guys go. You guys go." So Jeff, who was our guitarist at the time, he goes upstairs. He comes down. He goes, "Mars." He's like, "Go upstairs and smell the towel." So we all took turns going upstairs to smell the towel because it was so horrendous.
He was taking a horse bath with that.
Oh my! What? The whole time he still didn't take a bath.
That's amazing.
We woke up the next day. We drove down to DC. We stayed overnight in DC. He still didn't take a shower.
How many days? Wait, 2 days?
It was like 3 or 4
Just
at that
hanging
time.
out.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it was also doing shows.
It was
He's
also doing
sweating
shows and
and
sweating.
Well,
and carrying
he-
shit.
clubs and.
Oh, he was in the band. He was playing in a band too.
He was opening for us.
Oh man.
He was rank. I mean, rank.
That really is the worst. Remember Matt from Texas?
The one with the glasses?
Matt Graham, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we were on tour, we played in San Antonio, right? So it was like we were there in April, but it was like 90 degrees, man, and hot, and all of us, and me, you know me, man. I'm like, I'll turn that AC up, like everyone's sleeping, man. So we get back from the club. We're all going to sleep, and Matt had his thing set on like his normal temperature, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, if you get cold, bro, just turn it down." So I'm like, "Dude, I'm turning this sucker down." I was sweating, dude. I'm sleeping on the floor, so I turn it down. Middle of the night, Nick's laying on the bed. I mean, on the couch,
Right.
and I'm I'm on the floor right by the couch.
Yeah.
I wake up and he's like, because he fell asleep. He was wasted, so he fell asleep. His boots off, no shirt, and just his jeans on. And he woke up. He was freezing. So he goes, "Oh my God, it's so cold," like that. Oh my God, dude. It was it was just really funny. He's like, turn down the, you got to turn down the air conditioner and stuff. But it was
Well, one of the friggin' it's either hot or cold, and that's the one thing I hated about being on tour. We were in friggin' Detroit, and again, I mean, we probably should have learned our lesson about staying by people's houses because it really never worked out right. Hotels were, obviously always fantastic, but we never want to, spend the money, or sometimes we didn't even have the money to do that. But we get to this place in Detroit, and the promoter said, "Oh yeah, you could stay by my house." She failed to tell us that they turned her heat off. So we're in the middle of friggin' Detroit, standing around a stove with the pilot light on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was bad. Now
That's
I had
horrible.
it.
You might just sleep in a van. Man.
Well, the funny thing was, I had a Cabbage Patch blanket with me. That everybody used to goof on me about my Cabbage Patch blanket.
Probably warm as hell though.
Guess what? Guess who was asking for the Cabbage Patch blanket when it got cold?
Everyone else.
Everybody.
Everybody else.
wanted a piece of it.
Yeah, man.
It was my good luck blanket.
What about that place in Chicago? What's her name from Chicago? Put you up in the.
Oh my God! She put us up in the spa.
What was it?
Scary Lady Sarah from.
Scary Lady.
That was her name.
No, it still is. It's still. Matter of fact, she's doing something with what's his face from I think Project Records. I forget the name of it right now. I wish I could think of it, but she just put a project together with them. But she was heavily promoting in Chicago.
Yeah.
And again, obviously we needed a place to stay and we didn't want to pay for it. So she was running a day spa type place.
Yeah.
And she let us sleep in the day spa. So they had like deprivation tanks and shit like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know. You know what a deprivation tank is?
Yeah, it's salt water.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Yeah.
they put like an inch of they put like an inch of water under the salt or something.
Right. So
if
you're floating.
Yeah,
but
you're floating. Yeah.
Right, but you can't feel like a top or bottom. It feels like you're just floating.
It feels
in
like
air.
you're just floating. Yeah, and it's totally black.
It's totally blacked out.
No doubt.
So I tried that, but it freaked me out. So I didn't want to stay in it.
Goldilocks.
So we're trying all this like deprivation, stuff that they had, and the weirdest thing I tried was they had these like sunglasses where you put them on, and they
Yeah.
had these two like little red lights that would blink in your eyes, these tiny little things.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to. What it's supposed to do is put your mind in that REM sleep where you start to dream
Yeah.
while you're awake.
That's fucked up.
I put it on, and I'm freaking out because I can't get it off, and I was paralyzed. Like, do you ever have sleep paralysis where you wake up and you think you're awake and you try and move your arms and you're like,
Oh yeah.
because you can't move?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Well, that's what happened with me. So these little freaking things are blinking in my eyes, and I'm trying to move my arm to take them off, and I can't move. I'm stuck. So that was a little weird.
Yeah, that's. I
And
don't know
that-
if I can handle that, man.
And that's the first time I ever tried that Castile soap. The Dr. Bronner's.
Oh.
Yeah,
It
don't
burns, man.
don't ever wash your ass with the peppermint.
Yeah, your balls either, because I
Oh my
tried it.
God! You're like, oh my God! Because we were taking showers, and we each had like our own like little like shower stall.
You brush your teeth with it too while you're washing your ass.
Oh.
That's the best thing about that stuff.
Which one do you do first?
Well,
So I took the soap and I didn't know what it was. I'm like, oh, it smells kind of pepperminty.
oh no.
Yeah, I did the same thing. You start washing your ass and your balls with that stuff, and you know who's boss.
Dude.
Man, because as soon as the water hits it, it feels like somebody threw Bengay on there. Taste the sensation.
Dude, yeah, that. I mean, it's nice, but it makes your skin like leather, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't use it that much. I try not to use it.
I used to use it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You fucking tree hugger.
That and that Tom's of Maine toothpaste.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Nah.
you know what? I use that, and it always felt like my teeth were never clean, man. Never clean. Like I would have to like actually rinse my mouth out because like it just felt like I was just washing my like my
With tree
I mean,
bark.
yeah, it was, I mean, brushing my teeth, but
It's like secret.
Patchouli and tree bark.
Yeah.
Ill. Yeah.
that's gross, man.
It's like secret herbs and spices.
I don't mind some of that shit though. It's good though. Some of it.
You know what though? I tried a long time ago. I tried the Toms of Maine that had the tea tree in it. That's just disgusting. I mean, nobody should have to put that in their mouth.
Ugh.
Really.
Tom's and Maine also had something else. What was it?
Deodorant.
Was it? Yeah. Was it Tom's and Maine deodorant? You know, dude. I used to use the fucking Tom's and Maine deodorant. It would work for like 2 hours, and all of a sudden you would stink worse than if you didn't even use it at all. You did. Because it smells great. It's like strawberry and banana flavor, like underneath your arms, man. And I used to like that stuff. I don't know. I like that Bath and Body Works shit too. It just smells nice.
You know what? I'm always afraid like I'm going to grow an extra hand out of my underarm because of all the aluminum and crap that's in the underarm deodorants. So the one thing I do use that works is that little crystal, the liquid crystal shit.
It's like a fucking just use Tom's and Maine then.
No,
you probably
no.
stink.
And I don't stink.
Well, you're hairless anyway, right? Basically.
By choice.
Which one do you like?
I'm like
the
a baby
pear
seal.
Or the Jerry?
What, the Tom's and Maine?
No, of my deodorant that you.
I like the lavender.
Dude, I don't like the lavender one.
I put it, dude. I put it on 6 a.m. That shit will go to the next day.
What is
It's
it?
that good.
My
I don't know why.
deodorant.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
I'll go in and there'll be none left.
I haven't used deodorant in like 2 days because I ran out a couple days ago. I've just been so lazy.
I just realized you're wearing a Deadly Thread shirt.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I didn't even notice it. It's my freaking company. I didn't even
I know,
notice.
right?
That's awesome. By the way, I doubt anybody's going to be listening, but go to deadlythreads.com, buy something.
Yeah, no,
I need
right?
the money.
Zuli.
Our little dog Zuli is trying to get in on the conversation.
I want to ask you, did you see yesterday that meteor or something like that? What was that?
It was a friggin' meteor.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Where?
It looked pretty big.
It was.
the Metro New York area.
People were seeing it over the Hudson,
Oh yeah.
but between New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And the funny thing, and I don't know if you saw it the other day. What it was on the news. I read most of my news online now. You know, like after you click out of your email, it has like Yahoo News. But all of a sudden I see this thing that says NASA says, if there's a giant asteroid, what should we do? And they said pray. I'm like, oh great.
Yeah. Well, really, what are you going to do, man, when the size of a football field comes at the planet? I mean, there's really nothing you can do.
Well, they said that they want to start dumping money into something that would divert it if it did come that close.
They have to find something really huge. I mean, basically, not stop it, but to get a
Break it up.
Break it up.
No,
Yeah.
you want to. Why would you want to break up a
Football
a
field.
football field and have 3 different ones coming at you?
It's like a shotgun.
You something to divert it like out of the. I'm trying to say like. I mean, I'm not no scientist.
Move it
I'm not,
away.
yeah, move it away. Yeah.
Wait.
That's what I'm
Wait,
thinking. Wait, the scientist.
Jimmy just had to tell us that he's no scientist or nothing. So,
Yeah,
in case you didn't
I just want to
know.
let everyone know that.
In case
But,
you didn't know,
I got no
he's not a
degree in
scientist.
science, but I can help a little bit. Well, just like I was. What? No. Just wait. Hold on. One more. Wait.
Okay, what?
No, I'm serious.
I don't have a degree in science, but I can help anyway. Okay, we were talking about diverting the
Diverting,
friggin'
yeah.
the football
Over
field
the
asteroid.
I don't know. My wife wants to blow it in like 10 different pieces, so
So
get,
it
double
kills
destroyed.
off New York. So it kills off Chicago. So it kills off L.A. Just the
I'm
major
thinking
cities.
diverting it would be the best, but a good contingency plan would be to break it up into smaller pieces, because wouldn't there be a better chance of a lot of the smaller pieces burning up in the atmosphere?
Yeah,
before it
but
impacted?
you got to think it is. You got something the size of a football field. Now you're breaking it up into like 100 school buses.
You could maybe you could break it up even smaller. I mean,
Well, how big was that one that was in Russia? How big was that?
That was small. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't that big,
It
man.
was half football field, wasn't it?
No.
I thought it was. Or was it the size of a SUV or something
I
like
don't
that? Like,
I don't know.
you put it up.
But
on
it's
the-
Yeah, hold on.
something
Yeah,
that
I
big
want to try and find
makes
that.
an impact. It
Yeah.
could cause like blocking. I mean, disaster
sun.
that the dinosaurs experienced.
Well, yeah, that's what would happen. I mean, if it didn't kill us,
So I'd rather take
Oh,
my
we
chances
would-
with shot, with buckshot than I would with
Oh no,
a
this
straight-up
is
missile.
this is the meteor that they said like went from basically North Carolina to Maine, and this was the other day. How big was this thing? Who's good at metric? What the hell, 17 meters?
The object over Russia
Oh.
is now believed to have been 17 meters. A meter is about a yard, isn't it?
Yeah, a meter's 3 feet, right? It's a
Centimeter,
yard.
100 centimeters. This is about a meter.
Yeah, so it's about a yard.
oh, it wasn't big.
Oh,
17.
17.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so how big? So it's what, 3 times 17?
Right.
51 feet.
Come on, Professor
It's
Jimmy.
about 50 feet.
Don't even ask me
About
about math,
50
man.
feet.
Okay, so that's a 50-foot. That was a 50-foot meteor that hit Russia. So that's a pretty good size. So that's like a friggin' tractor trailer,
Is it really?
I think.
Yeah, and it hit with what? 33
Like
tons
like
of
2 Hiroshimas or something like that? Like they said,
word.
like. But did you hear the explosion it made?
Yeah, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. For the size of the friggin' thing, and the way all these scientists, NASA experts say, oh, if we get hit by a meteor, even as small as a car, it can take out towns. This friggin' thing was like 55 feet wide.
Yeah, but
And-
it hit in Siberia. What does Russia have? I mean, if it hits New Jersey, it's probably going to take out a oil refinery.
A lot of Guidos.
A couple of McDonald's.
All right.
3 Dunkin'
Some white
Donuts,
assholes.
2 Walmarts.
You know what's going to happen?
God forbid.
A meteor starts coming down into Jersey. All the fumes from the turnpike are just going to help disintegrate it.
I tell you, man.
But yeah, that's pretty friggin' big. But they were saying that the one from last night was I think it was going like, they estimated it going 18,000 miles an hour or
That's
something like
insane.
that.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest with you, I thought it would have been faster because that's what the space shuttle goes at when it travels around the Earth.
Is it
It's
really?
about 17, 18,000 miles an hour. Yeah.
Okay, now I want to. I heard this. Okay, about when you're in space. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh, but by the way, Jill teaches science. So here we go. So there may
When
be an
you're-
argument here.
When you're in space. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard this on O&A.
Okay.
Now this is what I think they said. When you're in space, and say you're doing a spacewalk,
Okay.
you're basically falling into Earth because of the gravitational pull. Right? No, not the gravitational pull. Right?
Okay.
Now, is this right or wrong? She says I'm wrong.
No,
That you're not. That you're not
you're,
falling.
You're not
con-
falling. You're in perpetual motion. So you're still at that point. From what I know, is when you're outside the Earth's atmosphere and you're that high up.
You're not
You're
continuously
not
falling.
You're not falling, but you're not.
In one position.
You're not in one position. So you're technically falling, but you're not moving. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're falling, but you're not falling. It's like I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It's almost like you're in limbo.
What you need to understand in order to understand the space concept is that the atmosphere is made up of atoms. Right here, we're actually breathing in solid things, but they're just so small that you can't feel them as solid. So the gases in the atmosphere around the Earth are tiny little atoms, oxygen, nitrogen, that sort of thing. In space, there's none of that. So you're not close enough to any massive body to create gravity. So you're not being pulled in any direction, and if you were to like push yourself off of the side of the spaceship, there's no atoms or anything to create friction to slow you down. So you would just fly off.
And I think when you pick up speed, don't you pick up speed?
I don't know if you pick up speed, but you just don't slow down because it's an object in motion stays in motion. So it doesn't necessarily increase or decrease speed because there's no opposite force to decrease it. There's no friction against any other atoms because space is space. It's the space between matter, and there is no matter in space.
Yeah, but isn't it less, like 10% less gravity in space, and isn't it only 10% difference?
there's no gravity
There's no
in
gravity,
space.
right?
That's why everything floats.
That's
I must
why,
have heard. So
that's why you float around.
I must have heard something different then, man. Because I was like, it was weird. I was like, listen to it.
And the funny thing is
it
I
didn't
was
make sense.
for years I was always under the assumption where gravity was caused because we're spinning. But I heard that if we stop, we'd still have gravity.
Yeah, it's distance and mass. With the Earth is so massive compared to us that and it pulls towards the center, not down. That's why people in Australia don't fall off the bottom of the Earth.
That'd be funny as hell, though.
You know, we're actually spinning at 100,000 miles an hour.
Fuck that.
And because the
I don't
sun
even
is so
wanna think about
massive,
that.
that's
They give you an
why
anxiety attack.
the Earth is caught in the circular orbit around the sun because of the mass of the sun relative to the planets.
Imagine if God decided to friggin' hit the brakes. We don't. We don't go flying off.
Well, isn't it on Earth that there is very small, but
What?
I forgot what it was.
Gravity?
Yeah, isn't there like
Well, you have gravity, but you're just on such a
there's something
big
that we're,
thing.
we won't like. Of course, we're not going to float away, but like there's a little bit of.
Well, I mean, it's not.
I
The gravity's not so heavy that
that
it's
That you can't jump.
squeezing us into the ground.
Yeah.
Right. But if you go to the moon, there's less gravity because the moon is smaller than Earth. But if you go to Jupiter, Jupiter's a lot bigger, and that's why you weigh more on Jupiter than you do on. Is the pull of gravity towards
Scary.
the sun.
I'll have an anxiety attack right now. I swear to God. I hate thinking about that.
It's like space. What is space? What's beyond space, man? What's beyond galaxies?
Well, you know what? This is my theory. My whole theory is scientists say that the universe is expanding and it's ever expanding. So things are getting pulled away, right? So
Right.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, that's the consensus. That everything's being pulled. Now, Earth is kind of in that sweet spot with the sun where it's not too cold, it's not too warm, and life thrives, obviously, because we're here. At some point, the Earth had to be then closer to the sun. If the Earth was closer to the sun, that means all the other planets were kind of stepped up closer. Now, what I'm thinking with Mars is that Mars at some point had to be, at least part of it, in a sweet spot of the sun, meaning that life could have thrived the way it had, like the way we have now.
Oh, I totally yeah. Definitely.
Right? But then, as it started, the universe started expanding and Mars started getting further and further away from the sun, it got colder and colder and colder, and life died off.
Well, aren't we moving farther from the sun? Like,
Well, yeah.
by
We
it's
are
like
too.
It's like an inch, right? Like an inch a year or something like that. Like it's very minute.
Well, yeah, but even
Very,
with the moon, like the moon moves, I think, like an inch every year away from us.
Yeah, I think it was the moon. But I mean, we're moving away from.
Imagine though waking up like,
Well,
say
the
like,
continents are moving too. Every year, there's a good inch or so distance longer in the Atlantic Ocean, and the mountain ranges are a couple centimeters higher.
Yeah, it's
because everything's squeezing together.
Yeah, you don't think about that stuff, you know.
I don't like thinking about that stuff.
Well, if you think about it, man, like when you're close to like, I mean, inland, I mean, all this could have been underwater at one point. If you think about, in reality,
You know what?
was.
It probably was at some point.
Well, the Appalachian mountain ranges mesh up with the, I forget, it's the mountain range in Europe. At one point, that was together, and the plates split.
Which is like the Grand Canyon was also that was all water. That was all underwater.
No, the whole desert was.
Yeah, and everything was that was all ocean floor.
That's freaky.
That's freaky. Yeah,
That's why there's
Did you ever go to
fossils of
Grand Canyon?
fish
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the
massive.
desert.
it's crazy. It's just like you see like a river, and it's like 3 miles wide.
Yeah, and
Or not 3 miles wide. You know what I mean? Like it's,
no, it might be.
Is it 3
Yeah,
miles
yeah,
wide?
yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
it might be.
Yeah.
But I remember when we stopped at the Grand Canyon. You know, I mean, I was young, and I probably wouldn't do it now. But they have this like little fence like set up so you can't go like any further. But I went beyond the fence and I laid down on this flat rock that was kind of angled down, and like hung over the side of the rock.
Eric did that from American Dad, dude.
Oh my
He
God.
went over the thing and he was on like this cliff. Like, look at this crazy son of a bitch, bro.
But I totally think that there was life on Mars at some point. So then, okay, here's the rest of my theory. If you're looking at Mars and the pictures on Mars, they say that there's structures that look like the pyramids on Mars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they happen to align with certain stars in the sky.
Really?
Yes. The pyramids on Earth seem to be lined up exactly like the ones on Mars and line up with the same thing. So line up with the same stars. Could it be possible that, you know how they say, aliens, possibly could have helped, build the society we have today and all that stuff, like on Ancient Aliens and stuff? Couldn't it be like that the aliens, okay, technically they're aliens, but couldn't it be from the people who lived on Mars were able to leave there and come over here to rebuild society?
Of course.
So technically we're Martians?
You don't have the right haircut for this conversation, first of all.
So
You
when
don't
we
need
colonize
you don't need big
Venus,
hair to blame the aliens.
Are we gonna have to build pyramids first?
What do you mean?
When we colonize Venus, we have to build the pyramids first in order to.
Well, no. I think the reason that they built the pyramids was because I think they used the pyramids as a power source, some kind of power source, and that's.
I just don't understand how they even built those. I mean, those blocks are like.
Slave labor.
I mean, it would take years,
Take years.
like
Oh,
50, 60 years to make one pyramid.
Yeah,
It's like crazy. If you think about it.
that's a lot of Jew power. Let my people go.
You let them go, all right. Oh man.
Have you been watching the Bible?
We started to.
We started to, but I wanted to talk about that too.
Oh no!
So
Oh no! Don't get too racist.
no, I ain't racist. We're waiting for the Walking Dead to come on.
Okay.
So I'm like, let's put on the Bible. So we're watching the Bible, and Abraham, his wife tells him go have sex with that other girl.
Oh, I know where you're
Right?
going with this.
Right?
I know where you're
go
going
have
with
sex with that
this.
other girl. So of course he has sex with her. He has a
As a son.
has a son.
Right, right.
Then all of a sudden, what was it? The horse? Who kind of? I'm not very good at the.
The visitors came.
Yes.
Yes,
The visitors coming in. Oh, your wife will, and next year she will have a son.
Right. And she's saying no.
No, I'm not going to get pregnant. I can't have a kid. She pops out a kid.
Right.
Fast forward 10 years. Blonde hair, blue eyes. They're both fucking Arabic, bro. They're both Arabic. How's this possible? Maybe like the German ancestor or something. Like, BC. Who knows, man?
She had a Nordic child.
Yeah, she has this Nordic child. I mean, I'm not really too keen on the Bible, or I don't know too much about it, but I mean, I really think that was just
Here's the thing. I thought you were going to
silly.
say. I thought you were going to say when she said, to Abraham, go have sex with a slave and and bear a child because I know you really want one. Then all of a sudden the woman has a child and the wife's like,
oh yeah.
and now she's all fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Oh,
You told me to go fucking. Now you're gonna be mad at me.
You gave me permission to go bang this chick,
Yeah.
have a kid, and now I have the kid and I love him. He's my son, but now you're pissed off because of this chick. And then after she has the baby, what does she say? All right, now you have my son. Tell them get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's crazy.
That's bullshit. Abraham had a baby mama.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's.
But to see her face,
See, when I was watching it, I thought maybe that was the start of the whole Muslim thing, but I was totally wrong. Jill told me that was totally wrong.
you're way off.
Because because Muslims are allowed to have like 4 wives. Like they're allowed to do that.
So are Mormons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mormons could do that.
Oh yeah.
Like that show on TV.
Oh yeah. That's the worst show.
And that's a latter-day religion.
I don't know.
Oof. Did you ever watch that show?
Which one?
Women look like
The
beasts.
Sister Wives,
They're
that
like
one,
beasts
or Big
now.
Love?
The worst.
that's
the
the
worst.
Watch it.
Yeah,
watch it.
you watch
They got
it and you
like
hate him
like
because
50
he's
kids, bro.
annoying.
Like they got like
He's
50
just
kids.
an annoying person.
And like they all like it's just like
They have
all
foot-
look the same, and it's just
They have
fucking-
5 wives, each uglier than the next.
Dude, they're
It's true.
dude. I'm not joking with you. They're pretty hideous, man.
Yeah, but then again, the guys who have all those wives, they aren't necessarily lookers either. You know,
He's
they're
not
not.
a
Actually, he looks like the
bad-looking
guitars from
person.
Styx.
They're not taking off their shirt and they have like abs. You know.
I just wonder what kind of work this guy does because I mean he
Work.
has like 5 wives and like 30 kids.
I think he's like an insurance
Really?
broker. Or
Really?
something.
I mean, come
he's
on, you're
got-
gonna sell that much fucking insurance for like? I mean, really?
But a couple of the wives work and have careers because they don't have to take care of their kids. There's other wives to do that too.
But imagine that having 6 incomes in one family. And
I would just make my wives work.
And where did they come
That's what I would do.
Where are they? I mean, I,
They're in.
They're
I
back.
don't watch it regularly. They were living in Utah,
Utah.
so I can't imagine
how
the
much is what's the
standard
cost
of
of living in
living.
Utah?
Yeah.
I mean,
And they moved to
They moved
Nevada?
back, Nevada, and then well, I mean, like I said, I don't watch it either. But that day when we put it on, they were moving back because they were getting kicked out of that house or something like that.
But they have these
Right.
like it's almost like a McMansion type house around here, where one person lives in this wing and the other person lives in this wing, and he just jumps beds every night.
That's awesome.
Someone lives in the finished basement and someone lives
You know
in
what?
the finished attic.
Like, I wonder how many times he didn't watch his penis to see if the other one
Would notice.
Oh.
Look what I do to you now.
Oh man! But it's funny. I remember when that first came on. I watched we watched like the first couple episodes, and he found some younger woman he wanted to marry. She was hot. She had blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, she was young. She was in her 20s, and they got pissed.
Yeah, of course.
But they're like, you can't really say nothing to him. I mean, they could talk to him about it, but he can do what he wants.
Yeah, until they stab him in his sleep. You know that'll happen eventually.
But yeah, that's.
I have a hard enough time with one woman. Imagine having 5.
Got my
Think
work
about
has 2 wives, man.
Really?
He's Muslim, yeah. He has 2 wives. He's like, oh, both of my wives cook good. I'm like, both? I'm like, dude, I can't even handle my wife. You handle 2? I don't know how you do that.
It's because you know why? Because the women still know their place.
oh,
Become Muslim.
okay, go ahead.
Please.
I will cook all your food. I will do all of your laundry. Just cover my salary. And yours.
Well, he was actually saying that the women don't work. They sit home, they cook, they clean, they take care of the kids.
That's awesome.
But these dudes make this like fucking a lot of money. I don't know how, but they make a lot of money.
He sounds Republican. He sounds old school Republican.
So anyway, quick little story about with the guy at my work. We're driving back from a shop, and he went to Palestine for 2 months
right.
to see his family and everything. So I go to him. I go, can you, because it means it's so close to Israel,
Right.
speak Hebrew.
Right.
And I go,
Or is this really Hebrew? Or is it 2 different languages, you think?
I don't know.
I don't know, really.
I think Hebrew might be the language of the religion. I'm not sure they speak Hebrew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they may speak Israeli. But anyway, you asked him if he can speak both languages.
What I asked him, I was like, oh, can you speak Israeli? He goes, you mean can they speak our language?
Oh,
And I didn't realize I'm dogging him, man.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He looked at me like he was gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
yeah.
man, I don't mean it like that. Like I thought, he's like, you mean they speak our language?
Yeah, they have
Wow.
they have a little problem with land over there. Like whose is whose.
It's crazy, man. One of the guys at work, he speaks very broken English. He's a nice guy. His mother is from Jordan.
Right.
Well, his mother's Arabic, and his father's Portuguese. He speaks a little bit Portuguese, and he can speak Arabic, but he can't speak English too well.
Wow.
So he goes to me. He goes, Jews blow up my town.
Shit.
Like he's trying to explain to me. I'm like, wow, man.
Oh,
He
so
goes, yeah, he's.
so his town where he grew up or whatever. The
I guess they bombed or
bombed it?
at one point in time. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't really get into the politics at work, man.
Yeah, you don't want to, especially with them because it's so like. It's very touchy.
It is, man. I mean, like, and like I gotta say, like, before I worked with Muslims. I mean, well, I've never worked with any. I mean, I've known people who are Muslim, but they're kind of Americanized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, a lot of people who I work with are very, very Muslim. Like, they hardly speak any English, But like, they're actually, like, they're nice to me if they talk to me. If they talk shit behind my back, I don't know.
Right.
But the ones that I work with are actually not that bad. They're kind of nice, but they could be real dicks, though, man.
It's like anything else.
I mean, just like anybody else,
It's like anything else, to be honest.
I mean, I don't really. It doesn't really faze me because when I first started working there, I was like, oh, dude, I'm like, these dudes are gonna
Jimmy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Come on, my friend.
But no, man, it's crazy though.
Now, did is both his wives over in Palestine?
No, they're here.
Oh, so he was visiting just like.
He was just visiting like relatives and everything.
Oh, I thought his like his home family like was still there.
No, his I think his one wife is white. Because he says if the one wife don't want to have sex no more, you go get another wife.
We are in the wrong religion.
I'm like, you gotta be shitting. Oh man, but no, man, it's it's crazy, man.
It's warm in here. I think I'm getting titty sweat.
Let me open the door.
Thanks for sharing.
Ew.
Yeah, open it up a little bit. Ooh, I got that fat under boob sweat
I
going
know.
on.
I gotta move. I'm like this, like laying on your fucking lap, dude.
Well, we have a tornado going on outside.
That's because we need the other microphones.
Yesterday, you were telling me about something with Eli, something about his face going numb or some shit.
Okay.
What do you do, cocaine or something?
No. What happened was, he had gotten his wisdom teeth taken out, and the doctor said to him before he started, he goes, "Listen," he goes, that there is possibility that, after the needles and stuff, you'll have numbing for a while. Here's the mouse. You'll have numbing for a while, but that it's possible that you can have a spot that's numb for the rest of your life. And that's the worst thing to tell him because he's like me, he's a hypochondriac. So he goes and he has his wisdom teeth taken out, no big deal. And part of his upper lip, like say like half of where your mustache would be, and then the bottom of his chin, they weren't actually numb, but he could feel it. Like, like where you could touch it and you really can't feel it, and you got that kind of like fat lip kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And I must have talked to him like 4 times a day for at least 2 weeks because talking him off the ledge because he thought it was going to stay like that. And I told him, I said, when I had mine done, I had the same thing. And then after about 2 weeks, it actually just went away. And it finally did on him. But I was calling him shit lip. Because
was he foreign? Was he talking like this?
No, he's talking fine. It wasn't actually paralyzed. It was just like numb feeling. So
Bill's ballsy.
He goes, because he's like, do you think it's gonna stay like this? I'm like, dude, even if it does, I'm like, your face isn't like drooping on the side, like it's not like your face isn't hanging down. I'm like, you just got
go on Instagram and do like, what's wrong with your face, bro?
you just got shit lip.
Oh my god, man. So what are we gonna call this?
I have no idea.
We're gonna call it shooting the shit, but I mean, if we want to post it up, we can't put shit.
I wanted to call it shooting the shit, but you can't call it
it's,
shooting the shit. We gotta think of something. Well, there was what
we were we talking about yesterday on the phone?
Yeah, shit.
I wanted to save it for this.
We were talking about something.
That's right. We talked about you going to the New Windsor Medical Center. And who are you tagging in it? Like you're tagging Zuli and like the dogs and shit. Like every week.
Nah, just went for my checkup to check the diabetes. My diabetes.
Check the old prostate.
The prostrate.
Well, he didn't want to check it. I forced him to.
Hey,
Squeeze your anal
I figured
glands.
my insurance is paying for it. Might as well get something out of it.
women have prostate?
No.
Then how come it says? I seen a billboard yesterday when I was driving home that says women can get prostate cancer also. What the fuck is up with that?
What?
That's what it said, dude. That's what it said on the side of the bus. I'm
That would
like,
be quite something. Since they would have one.
it said women can get prostate cancer also.
Well, you can get breast cancer.
Oh, I know that, but
Yeah,
you
but-
don't have a prostate.
But we have breasts.
I got little titties,
Little shuckables.
little suckable tits, suckable titties,
Oh,
little fucking little hairs around them.
where after she's done, she go. Because the hair's down the back of the throat.
Come here, watch off my Ferrari tits over here.
No, women don't have a prostate. They can't get prostate cancer.
That's what I said. I mean, unless it was a goof, but I was kind of laughing. I'm like,
That's a fucked up goof.
it is, man. I go like, that's fucked up. I didn't understand that.
I mean, even if you have a woman who turns into a man, she still won't have a prostate.
Does she turn into the man like Wonder Woman?
I loved back in the 80s, Wonder Woman went to the island of Lesbos. It was so progressive back then.
What was that movie with the? Was it Amazon Woman movie with the little monkey with the little boots on? You remember that?
skin's silly.
Oh man,
That
that's
was funny
man.
though.
That's funny.
No, you want to see something? You want to see a movie? You watch Paris is Burning.
How's that?
That's good.
It's about old 1980s drag queens.
Really?
It's fucking so fabulous. I mean, and this is like hardcore. This is when like drag queens weren't like so romanticized. This was like street drag queens. Like,
oh really?
like where they rent out a VFW to like have like dance offs and pageants and shit like that.
Was
Like
it 80s?
yeah, oh yeah,
How Vogue
yeah.
started.
And that's how voguing started, and that's where Madonna ripped it off of.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because all the drag queens love Madonna. Well, I mean, she has a huge gay following.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where she pretty much stole it from.
Hey, what did something was on the news that the gay community was upset that they didn't let Lady Gaga do some kind of award ceremony, but said they let Madonna. But Madonna's been gay rights since how long?
Yeah, since she started.
Since she
basically.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's been like that. So they're mad that Madonna was doing it because Lady Gaga's very into gay rights and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, if people don't realize, I mean, Madonna was one of the first to.
So they were allowing. They weren't allowing Lady Gaga to do
Well, no,
some kind of gay thing?
it's not that they weren't allowing a lady. They weren't allowing Lady Gaga to do it. They didn't ask her. They asked Madonna instead or something like that. Would you
I
say
think
something about
I think, and I'm not sure. Madonna was chosen to host or be recognized at some gay rights function, and people got upset because they didn't think Madonna was as for gay rights as Gaga is. But I think Gaga is just a little more out there with gay rights, where Madonna is not as in the public, but has supported like AIDS research and things like that forever. But I think it's just a lack of publicity for what Madonna does versus Gaga's right now in the eye of the public.
Well, yeah, because
And they didn't realize that at the time.
I was gonna say at one point Madonna was huge with the gay population, like out and out, like calling them out in concerts and stuff like that, and bringing the rainbow flag on stage and all that stuff.
Even all her dancers were gay
Yeah,
at the time. I mean,
you think
yeah. But no, I mean,
nobody can dance
know.
like that and be straight?
No.
Hips don't move like that.
Well,
No, maybe mine does, but
still.
then again. But no, but I mean, at some point, and you got to remember, Madonna's been around for like 100 years now, so it's like, yeah, when she was younger in her earlier performances, she was more out there, and then as she got older, she doesn't have to keep being in the public eye saying, "Oh yeah, I'm for gay," because everybody already knows it. Where Lady Gaga, she's somewhat still new and she's still out there. So when she performs and she calls out the gay community, it's still in the public eye. But at some point, Lady Gaga is going to stop doing that, and maybe still help with AIDS research and stuff on the side, and just help with rights and stuff. But she just may not be as vocal about it.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand by the whole thing on the news. I was like, I mean, not like I watch the news a lot, but the news is just.
But you're a scientist. You need to watch.
I make one little mistake.
That's right. He's not a scientist, but he can help anyway.
Can help a little bit. I know history. I'm good at history. It's because
You're not so good at the Bible, though.
No, not really. No.
Not ancient history.
No, not good at ancient history now.
You can talk the fuck out of aliens, but when it comes to God, forget it. You're done.
Yeah, I'm like Abraham or. I don't know.
Isaac wasn't just somebody from the Love Boat. Did you see Lincoln?
Not yet.
I want to see Lincoln. It looks good. What the hell else? What did we see recently that we thought was really good? Oh, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
The hell is that?
It's it's like an espionage movie with what the hell's his name?
I don't remember. I mean, I sort of remember watching it.
She fell asleep for again, of course, like halfway through a 2-hour movie. Who played Dracula?
Oh,
Gary
right.
Oldman?
Gary Oldman. Yeah, Gary Oldman's in it.
that
Was it independent?
I don't know. No. It was in the theaters and stuff.
Really?
It
Yeah,
was okay.
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
It got a little boring.
Well, I mean, it was a British espionage movie.
We got the new 007
How exciting you want to get
on Blu-ray.
with what's his face?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
He's good.
He is.
I like him as a 007.
I think he. As far as I know, isn't he the only 007 to actually kill people?
No, I think Roger Moore did.
Did Roger Moore kill people?
I think Roger Moore killed people. Yeah.
What's his name? Didn't know.
Sean Connery.
I don't think Sean Connery did.
I don't think Sean Connery did
He
either.
blew shit up, but people didn't die. I don't think. But dude, I tell you, Daniel Craig is.
Hardcore.
Yeah, he's brutal, man.
When
He just don't give a shit about nothing.
when he was on Opie and Anthony, Anthony hung out with him one day.
Oh, they were shooting guns,
And
right?
they went shooting. Yeah. But I think he
that,
got
so-
upset because Anthony had posted a picture of him like shooting one of the guns. But why would you be upset having a picture on Twitter of you shooting a gun when all your movies are shooting guns? Like that doesn't make sense. It's like it's asinine.
People want the fame, but then like they get, I don't know.
Dude, have you seen friggin' Fandango?
What does he look like?
I don't know.
No, man. I did not.
Wait, hold on. Pull up Fandango. The friggin'
They keep talking about him, but
The wrestler?
the wrestler. Yeah, Fandango. Well, they call him a wrestler, but I don't think he's wrestled yet. And the reason he hasn't wrestled yet is because nobody says his name right.
Are you serious?
And if you don't say his name right,
he don't wrestle.
he walks out.
Is it Johnny Curtis?
I don't know. No. Go to some videos.
That's him right there.
Go
Fandango.
to YouTube.
Where's the YouTube one?
Oh my God.
On here?
No.
Just go to YouTube?
See on the top.
Oh.
Go to YouTube. Okay. So the let's see. Yeah, just do the debut. Let's see if it comes up.
Tonight on SmackDown, known simply as
This guy's insane.
Fandango.
I keep saying no. That's not how you say it.
Over there.
I just dropped something.
Wow.
This is great. He's been on like every week
Yeah.
for like the past month. Hasn't wrestled once.
I've accomplished everything there is to accomplish.
So sexual.
To the ring.
Was he in Menudo?
Everyone.
He looks like, oh my God, he looks like he was in Menudo.
He does. He's the worst.
This is awesome.
All right, he'll be making his debut next.
How come I can't get my skin as smooth as that?
Yeah, he's pretty smooth.
I'll make my debut.
He waxes. See? So he.
It's the worst.
This dude is
He's the
worst,
best.
man.
Fandango is the best. Wait. Let's see. There was one. Okay. Here's one where he goes to come out. Uh-oh, she said it wrong.
Just didn't quite stand out.
He's in pink.
Of course he's in pink. Why
And
wouldn't he?
sequins.
Why wouldn't he be? He's like a flamenco dancer. Dude's the worst.
My debut.
He's horrible. Now, the one that we saw, this was on March 8th. The one we saw was like February something. And he still hasn't made his debut yet. He still hasn't wrestled.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's probably not going to wrestle. He's probably just
But I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna end up getting him in the ring, and as he's saying that, somebody's gonna slide out from behind him and hit him, and start wrestling like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but
I'm
this is
surprised
genius.
no one's done it yet.
This is genius. This is the worst.
This is the worst, man.
I haven't watched wrestling in years. I hear they're bringing back some of the old, like, remember when it was WWF? They're bringing back some of the old guys from old WWF.
They're 70 years old.
I don't know, man. Seriously, though. And remember Paul Bearer?
He died.
He died.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what? Again, he didn't. He
Wow.
doesn't friggin' wrestle. That's awesome. So, all right, let's see where we are in this thing. But anyway, that's the end of this podcast. I don't know if it was good or not, but the hell with it. We'll back for another hour at another time. See you later.
Take care.
Good night.